I don't know what to do with these. Good morning. My name is Jonathan Talberg. I'm the Director of Choral, Vocal, and Opera Studies at the Bob Cole Conservatory of Music. First, I bring you a message from University President Dr. Jane Close Connolly, who says, I am working for the city of Long Beach this morning to assist in the city's goal of eliminating homelessness. I know that if Carolyn was still with us physically, she would have urged me to get to work and told me not to worry about showing up. It's hard, however, not to be there with you all. We have lost one of CSULB's brightest lights. I know the tributes performed this morning, created by other bright lights from the conservatory, will amaze with beauty, lead us toward the comfort of shared grief, and serve as a fitting farewell. I know what you do today will add to the spirit you will carry forever in your hearts, Carolyn's special, inimitable soul. Love to all in attendance, especially Carolyn's family, colleagues, and students. Thank you, Dr. Connolly. As a community of mostly artists in this room, we stand with you and your colleagues in your work to fight for people suffering from the condition of homelessness throughout Southern California. And we know that Dr. Bremer would have also. I would also like to acknowledge our Dean, Cyrus Parker Jeanette, and our Provost, Brian Jersky, and the Director of the Carpenter Center, Megan Klein-Crockett, as well as the Carpenter Center staff, especially my longtime colleagues, Catherine Havey, Ken Beaupre, and Jonathan Mulvaney for making this happen. Thank you all for your help making today special. You guys really are the best. And to our colleagues, Dr. Tamara Teese and Dr. Joshua Pauke, heartfelt thanks for putting together the reception that we will all enjoy after this ceremony. Man, the Bob Cole Conservatory of Music has become a village. And we certainly owe a lot of that becoming a village to the woman that we celebrate today. I didn't really know how to celebrate Carolyn, so I did what I like to do, and I wrote a poem. The form is impossible to follow. The verse doesn't rhyme. The words are trite and colloquial and too labored and over the top and not enough all at the same time. But I don't care because I wrote it for our friend, our sister, our aunt, our teacher, and our colleague. And I've decided it's enough because she would have told me to walk away from it for a week and come back to it and see if after 7 days it still rang true. Well, that's some Carolyn wisdom for you. Walk away and come back and sit. You'll know if your decision is true, if it's good, if it's just, if it's kind. So, here's my poem for Carolyn. I wish she was here to hear it. This too shall pass. This is the time when the veil is rent with light streaming through tears and joy, defying eternal darkness too terrible to ponder. Shall it remind us of our too short time to love, to sing, to play, to be, to simply pass this way? The pain hurts deep today. It's harder to salvage any sense that the ordinary joys of living will return. She had a love about her that lay bare trauma and travails. People remember the light she offered, the kindness about her. She changed the world by sharing her heart. May you have peace in your heart, she wrote and set to music to be played and sung by her beloved students and by me. You, students, former and present, were her reason for being. Have faith in the knowledge that she was at peace with her decision to write less music and administrate more for your benefit. She loved you. In meetings, in emails, and on the phone, we talked about our next project. I'd say, I love your music. I want more of it. She'd say, write me a text, and I did. But she didn't get to write it. Heartbroken I am, her beloved Yoda would say. May I have peace in my heart. I miss my friend, and I know the faculty joins me in saying that in our long lives of teaching, learning, and playing, we have seldom experienced a leader with more intellect, compassion, heart, and, yes, peace about her than Carolyn. In my 18 years of working with her, we agreed much more than we fought. But one of my favorite memories now is of us screaming at each other at the top of our lungs in her office and my storming out, only to have her follow me to my studio minutes later to apologize. We hugged it out. She was a big sister. She loved me. She wanted me to succeed, and she wanted our students to be successful. And I knew her heart. It was open. It was loving, and it was forgiving. Whether she was wrong or I was wrong, I can't remember. But we could always move on and forgive. And there's a lesson there for all of us. Let her memory be a blessing is the way the Jewish people say, I'm sorry for your loss. Let her memory be a blessing sounds so religious. Her memory is a blessing, though. Memory is what we have. We remember how she listened, how she advised, and how she laughed. How she helped us be better, whether she was our sister, our aunt, our friend, our colleague, or our teacher. A blessing is what it is to have changed thousands of lives by teaching your students to let themselves listen more deeply, plan more rigorously, write more honestly, and play or sing more urgently. Her approach towards everyone was kindness. Memory is how we honor her. We should be better, a little better each day. The blessing is in trying harder and in forgiving yourself when you fail. Muster the courage to sit with your grief. Grief is a blessing. To be with it, to look it in the eye, to let it crash over and through and under and around, and to let it break you into pieces. It does that. It tears you apart and rips your limbs off. It turns your insides out. It drop kicks you. It skins you. It eviscerates. It decapitates. Grief burns you alive. And it never goes away. That's the hard part about grief. The missing never finds itself. The longing is never sated. The loneliness deepens, but grief is a blessing. I'm wishing there were words of comfort beyond sorry for your loss, or may you have peace in your heart, or may her memory be a blessing. Wishing there was more than this too shall pass to make it feel okay, but it doesn't feel okay, and it won't feel okay, and it's okay that it doesn't feel okay. So, may her memory be a blessing. May her voice guide you when your compass fails. May her memory remind you to laugh, to love, to play, to eat, and to live with joy. Be assured that she was better for having known you, each of you, and that you are all better for having been a blessing in her life. This too shall pass. May you have peace in your heart. May I have peace in my heart. May we have peace in our hearts. And may her memory be a blessing always.